afternoon, my name is Amanda and welcome to the Den Creative. For today's pick a card reading, we're going to be figuring out what you can expect for the month of March 2021. So if you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy, and focus in on piles number 1 with the owl, pile number 2 with the peace angel, and pile number 3 with the Kurt Cobain toy. Once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also try to pin them as the top comment. Please remember, these are general readings, so only take what resonates for you and your life and leave the rest behind. So without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, let's go ahead and find out what you can expect for the month of March 2021. Let's put your little owl guy up here, or maybe, yeah, you look okay? He looks okay. And I forgot to mention before I picked everything up and laid it out that we are going to be starting with the tarot cards like we always do with the monthly readings, and then getting additional guidance from the oracle cards. So let's go ahead and start right here in the middle with your overall energy for the month of March 2021, and you guys have the High Priestess. So many of you really are tapping into that inner knowing, that higher self, that intuition, and some of you may even be a little guarded or hidden just about the way that you guys are operating. Maybe you're not wanting to just blab and share all of your secrets and ideas, because this woman looks like she is on a mission this month. She's got her laptop. She's not afraid to look people dead in the eye just to be like, yeah, I'm here, but I'm a little bit busy right now. So you guys may be telling some people in your life that, hey, I'm a little bit busy right now. I've got some things going on, but I will check you later, possibly in April or May when I have ironed out all these plans that I have. And you are just really being introspective. I mean, to me, this is hermit energy, but also with a twist, because you guys are really feeling into that intuition, what that feels like. So maybe you're just pulling away from certain people in your life, but you guys are really fertile with ideas, and it's because of all these ideas, these downloads you keep getting. You want to write them down, you want to work on ideas, you want to make a plan for the future. You guys are just busy getting things accomplished in your day-to-day life and in your kind of more internal life. Very busy. So for February, maybe January, maybe even as far back as December, this is the past energy you're coming in with. So you guys have the Two of Swords here. So there may have been a pretty big life-changing decision that you guys made, or you just had to take that blindfold off and just move ahead before a major tower moment happened in your life. Maybe for some of you, a major tower moment did happen between December, January, and February. But you guys came out on the other side of that. You guys really are looking up, because in your your present conditions, the month of March, you have the Ace of Pentacles. And to me, this is spirit. This hand is coming right out of the clouds with some abundance right there for you. Your spirit guides, your angels, your crossover loved ones, the universe has really been working things out to where all that hard work you've been putting in, maybe that's a decision you made, was to leave a job, leave a relationship, move, do something where you really shook up your energy, or maybe you just took things to another level. If you already had a job, maybe you added something to it, a new big project or something like that. But this present conditions here in the month of March, you guys are being offered a reward for all of that hard work you've done. If you haven't really started down the path of whatever it is you're planning yet, this is just letting you know, as long as you keep taking action in the direction that you really plan to go to accomplish your dreams, your goals, your wishes, Spirit will reward you handsomely if you keep on keeping on, keep on moving, keep on taking action, keep on making plans and making things happen. That's really what I see for you guys. You're just really wanting to plant those fertile seeds in that fertile soil and watering them and taking care of them. You're really just putting in the work. Okay, so we got dog hair on the table. Okay, let's get that out of there. So for your future conditions, this is the end of March going into April, maybe even reaching into May. I do like a 3 months in, 3 months out kind of vibe with the past and future here. So however this resonates, but I think most of you would like this 10 of Pentacles to follow you as long out as May, maybe even into June, because I think I might have just said March, April, and May, which we're already in March. I know it's kind of the end of March, but that kind of takes you into April, then May, then June. So that'd be about that 3-month window, which during May and June, we do have that eclipse season coming up. So during that eclipse season, you may be able to just really be reaping those benefits of something you planted long ago, something that you maybe had planted recently, but it really shot up and took off, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. But the 10 of Pentacles also represents just a really good family life. So maybe these plans you're making in March, you're really building a cool foundation, solid foundation for just really good times with friends, family, making connections with people, and you just feel like you're really in the loop with others. Again, toward the end of the month, because most of the month you guys are really kind of on your own, loner vibes, but again, it's not to say you're totally cut everyone off. You still are interacting, especially if you live with family members, you're still interacting, you're still doing the things, but you kind of have this introspective or kind of introvert vibes going most of the month, just to really figure out what you want and what you're doing. Come the end of the month, you're going to be wanting to put yourself out there more and just make things happen is really what I'm seeing. So for the best path to follow here, we have the Tower card, and I know this card scares a lot of people, but for this being in your best path to follow, this is a great card to have here, because this is letting you know, as long as you're doing the thing, you're dotting the I's and crossing the T's and just getting things done internally and then externally as the month kind of wraps up and goes into April. This is saying you can avoid any kind of actual Tower moment because you're taking the action to where the universe isn't going to have to facilitate some sort of Tower moment in your life, because you can see that there are certain habits you need to fix or change in your life. There are certain people you need to have conversations with. Maybe there are certain projects you need to wrap up or release in your life, and that will help you avoid that Tower moment. So to have this Tower here in this position is really good. And some of you may even be making these really big changes that, you know, the big change you had to overcome, or the big thing you had to overcome, life change, you had to overcome the last couple of months. You're taking whatever had happened during that and building a new foundation of the wreckage of what has gone down in your life, and you're actually looking back the last few months and being like, you know, as hard as that was, I'm glad it happened, because now I'm on a whole new foot, I'm ready to rock, and things are looking up for sure. Because, I mean, in your wish fulfillment, your wish coming true for you in the month of March, you have the wish fulfillment card, the 9 of Cups, wishes coming true. You're just like on top of your game. This is very 11th house energy, like very mature 11th house. And 11th house is all about network circles and high, like your hopes, wishes, and desires coming true. You really just putting yourself out there. So wish coming true is once you really get a handle on what it is you want to do, you're going to be ready to put yourself out there, and then things are going to happen for you. So some really big, and it may not be the overall thing, like just as an example, if you're wanting to buy land, build a house, that's not saying maybe that ultimate wish isn't coming true for you, or is coming true for you this month. It's not saying that, but there's going to be a step taken as a result of your best path to follow, just moving and keeping and doing, that's going to happen to really put you on that trajectory for future abundance. But for others of you, this could look like recognition at work. This could be you getting some sort of award, because to me it's like she's standing or sitting here in front of all of her trophies like, yeah, I did all that. I accomplished all that. And what? Like, she's so excited that she really did it. She put in the work, and now she's really reaping that reward. And life is really sweet for her this month. And really sweet for you guys. The wish is coming true is you're just going to feel very fulfilled. Even if you're not doing anything that exciting, it's still going to fulfill you and fuel you to keep you going to really create this abundance coming up for you in the future. So as your outcome card, you guys have the Queen of Wands here. So you guys are going to be very passionate about these changes you're making, very excited, very driven, very inspirational also to other people. Pairing that up with that inspiration or recognition. You may really be noticed by other people in your life or online, social media. Maybe your social media account really takes off, or you skyrocket in followers or subscribers or something like that, where people really are attracted to your energy, because the Queen of Wands is a very attractive energy. And some of you watching may also really envision or embody yourselves as this Queen of Wands energy just in your day-to-day life. You really resonate with the Queen of Wands energy. So you may also be an Aries or a Leo or a Sagittarius. You don't have to be. Sun, Moon, Rising, or prominent placements within that, or the 1st, 5th, or 9th houses. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some additional guidance from your oracle cards. All right, let's start right up here. I'm not even sure if you can read that. I might have put it up too high. Let's put it down here so we can actually see that. So you have the crown chakra with the howlite crystal. That was the color here on the back. Howlite, beautiful crystal to resonate with the crown chakra. So that might be just a crystal recommendation for those of you looking for new crystals. I know I'm always looking for new crystals. So it says here, meditation. To see clearly, close your eyes. And you pair that up with this beautiful, amazing High Priestess energy. Absolutely. You guys are doing a lot of meditation, a lot of self-care, just a lot of connecting to your higher self. Because to me, that High Priestess is that energy of connection to higher self, along with the Hermit. But the High Priestess especially, because she's got that added bonus of that really intuitive nature to herself. So you guys really are tapping into your intuition, you're meditating, maybe you're getting downloads in your dreams and visions in your waking hours as well. It's just on and popping for you and Spirit this month, which is really beautiful. But then right underneath that, we've got the healer, compassion, recovery, and consent. So many of you are really recovering from those things that really transpired, or the rough times you'd been through in February, January, and December. And just having this sense of compassion, especially for yourself. This is very self-driven, especially pairing it with that High Priestess. Not to say you're being selfish, but you're really starting to take care of yourself and see your body as that temple it is, and really taking care of not just your body, but your mental health, your spiritual health, your physical health, all the health. You're really just taking care of it. And we have a heart here on this book, and like an actual heart, like your organ heart, and it's kind of almost up in that high heart chakra area. So many of you, I know this is like a theme. If you watch any of my live streams where I do free readings and donation readings for people, I keep talking about that higher heart chakra coming online for many people. So you guys might have some weird little heart palpitations this month, or just weird pressure in your chest. Nothing to worry about, but again, if you really feel called, go to a doctor, have yourself checked out. But just letting you know, for most of you, this is nothing to worry about. This is just more of your higher self coming online, and that's why many of you may be in this High Priestess mode most of the month, where you're just kind of introspective and kind of keeping to yourself, because you're going through some healing. Maybe some emotional healing as well. You're really doing some meditation to really heal. But this isn't stuff that's coming up that you are forced to deal with, because remember, the Tower here in this position, you're taking the lead on this. It's like you have those reins of the chariot and you're like, yeah, let's go. So you're really taking the hand of the healing that needs done, and you're the one diving into the shadow, not the other way around. Okay, so then with this leap of faith card over here, it says, I'm ready to take a leap, angels. Thank you for doing it with me. This is just that reminder that you are always connected to your guides, your angels, your crossed over loved ones, your higher self, and source. They are with you as you make any changes. And just know that that leap of faith that you take this month, the angels, your guides, they're going to catch you, and it's going to feel really beautiful and supported, because remember, your wish coming true is that fulfillment, just feeling really fulfilled and excited about life. Next, we've got value your self-worth. You are God's precious gem. Yes, and I think many of you are really, with this Queen of Wands especially too, just owning who you are, really playing up those unique features of yourself, because here on this card, she's got vitiligo, and she's still owning her absolute beauty. Look at that. She's not afraid to shine. Even though she looks a little different, she is just playing that up like it ain't no thing, and she is happy about life. So many of you, if you have unique eye color, unique hair texture, a birthmark, something like that that you may have always been self-conscious about. Maybe this month you're like, to heck with it. I'm just going to live my best life and really play that up and just own that uniqueness. I don't need to look like everyone else. I just want to look like and be me. So you're really starting to value yourself and do that self-love, self-care, and just really figure out what it is you're doing and who it is you are, and you're just owning that ish in such a beautiful way. So then we have the whom do you need to forgive card. As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. And exactly what we were saying about whatever's going on here, you're taking your healing and, healing from the past, any past baggage or wounds, you're taking all of that by the hand, by the lead, with that tower here. And then as a result of you doing that healing, doing that forgiveness, for some of you that forgiveness is self-forgiveness, absolutely, and then owning who you are on that soul level, on that physical level. And as a result, your wishes are coming true this month. So you can't make this up. It all ties together so beautifully. Your last card here, we've got daily practice. The more you practice your new skills, the more comfortable and confident you become. And you pair that up over here with that High Priestess as your overall energy. With you getting introspective, maybe some of you are really just wanting to dive into learning something about divination or tarot, because to me, the High Priestess is kind of that 8th house, that kind of hidden knowledge, hidden house. So you're really digging up things that are hidden knowledge, hidden emotions, past resentments that you maybe hid within yourself. You're digging this stuff up, but you're also digging up the good things that you're really excited to learn about. And the more you learn, the more you focus on these new skills. Maybe some of you are dropping some bad habits and you're really creating a new daily practice with your health, your wellness, maybe your spiritual health, spiritual practice. But you're going to become more confident and comfortable in these skills, and they're really going to lend well for you. They're really going to shape your life into such a beautiful place, because remember, you are building that very stable foundation, and as a result, you're going to get so much abundance coming up. So I hope this resonated, you guys. What a beautiful reading. You guys really are transforming yourselves from that chrysalis energy into that butterfly this month, and coming up into the future months here, as far out as I can see as June. So absolutely amazing. You will have to let me know below what you thought and if this reading resonated with you. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you right here back at the Done Creative. All right, bye. Alright, group number 2, or those of you who chose this cute little peace angel, this is going to be your reading for the month of March 2021. And as always with my monthly pick-a-card readings, we're going to go ahead and start with your tarot cards and then get additional guidance from your oracle cards. Alright, group number 2. So this is beautiful energy. I can't wait to get into this. I know it looks maybe a little volatile here and there, but guess what? It's all good. It's gonna be fine. So we've got here the 7 of Pentacles for your overall energy for the month of March. Sorry about that. 2021. Here she is with the 7 of Pentacles. She is watering these crops and kind of waiting a little bit impatiently for them to grow. But right after this 7 of Pentacles energy, it feels to me coming into the end of the month and into April, you guys are really going to be overcoming some big obstacle and really be ready and willing to get down to work. But to me, a lot of the obstacle that's kind of standing in your way is just doing some healing, some self-introspection. And that was quite a theme with group number 1. But you guys are doing it slightly different, and we'll get into why and how and all of that. But as that overall energy, you're still doing the work, you're still doing what you need to do to keep those crops growing and fertile and just very abundant. So let's get into what has transpired in your past energies you're coming in with from February, January, maybe even as far back as December, is the 10 of Cups, which to me feels like great energy. And even if there were some little road bumps along the way, if you can sum up the last 3 months of your life, for most of you, things weren't that bad. Things were maybe a little slow with seeing progress on projects, but some of you actually did complete a project and are just really excited to step into something new. And maybe that's what you're really focused on in March, is just being able to go after your dreams or to make something new happen in your life. So for the present month of March, you guys have the moon. So you may be really up at night. When the moon comes out, that can be insomnia energy, that can be you really tapping into your intuition, having really vivid and just powerful dreams, either a little bit scary dreams. We've got this little creature from the Black Lagoon here, or also just really good, whimsical, fun dreams as well. But remember, you guys, anytime you have these nightmares or things that are just really unsavory going on during your sleep state, a lot of times you guys are doing a lot of healing and a lot of work during the sleep time, because when it plays out in your dream state, that means you don't have to figure that out or work that out in your waking life. Of course, you may have to tie up some loose ends of what's gone on, but say for instance you were being chased or attacked in some way. This is just showing that you guys really are, and that doesn't always mean that, but this is the vibe I'm getting for you guys this month, is you're working these things out during your sleep state, so you don't have to actually have them play out in your actual life, where you're being attacked online by somebody, or this is happening or that's happening. You're just letting all these big fears come up for you. And I just heard Scorpio, so there may be a prominent Scorpio, or you yourself may be Scorpio sun, moon, rising, or wherever Scorpio is in your chart. For some of you, you may have a Scorpio 12th house, and especially you guys, a Scorpio 12th house, which would make you a Sagittarius ascendant, or even 12 houses from the moon if you have a Sagittarius moon. Then to me, this is just you really working out that stuff in the sleep state, because that is the unconscious mind. The 12th house is the sleep, being asleep, being in the astral realm, all of that. So you're working things out in a lot of your dream state, or some of you may have a really busy mind at night. But also remember, when your mind is really busy at night in this month of March, you're still really tapping into something beyond, especially in those nighttime hours. You're not just using your ego to tap into things. Your higher self is really coming online at night, and maybe your mind is racing, but any insight or ideas you get at night, you guys, write them down, or at the very least take note, because these are really important and beautiful ideas you can take to really create something good in your life. So as your future conditions, kind of the end of March going into April, you guys have the 8 of Swords. So by the end of this month and going into the early next month, you guys are really going to just decide you're done with something. And for many of you, this feels like something you do habitually, a habit you have, or something that you've put off on, and you just keep telling yourself, I need to get back on that, I need to start doing that again, or I need to stop doing this one thing. Or there may be a specific relationship in your life, a friendship, a coworker, maybe even a significant other, a parent, someone in your life that you're just done, like, skating around something with them, or there's something going on with them in that energy where you either need to take a step back or let them know, hey, this isn't working out for me. I mean, I always like to say don't ghost people, because it's really disrespectful and kind of shows a lack of courage on the person who's doing the ghosting's part, that they just don't want to take the time to just say, hey, this is what's up, I don't want to leave you hanging, but I don't really want to keep doing this thing, or whatever it is. So don't ghost people. Let's just put that out there. It's not a good look for anyone. But with the 8 of Swords, by the end of the month, you guys are taking these off. You're stepping out of this little kind of sword cage that's going on here, and you're like, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm taking the blindfold off, and I am just going to own my life. I'm going to own what's going on, and whatever. And it might come as a result of some of the insight that you are gaining from your higher self, from source, from your guides and angels this month as well. So for your best path to follow, you guys have the World. And for me, this really does sing to the fact that you guys really have maybe felt kind of stagnant, kind of doing the same old, really stuck in the same boring routine, putting in the work, but, nothing really exciting's happening with that 7 of Pentacles. So this to me is saying your best path to follow is to try something new this month. Even if you can't get out and travel, which this is normally a really big travel card. So some of you may be actually taking a long distance trip, or maybe even a shorter day trip, something like that. But this is just that reminder that if you can get out of your comfort zone, get out of your same old day in, day out, do something different. Pick up a new hobby. If you haven't read a book for a while, maybe pick up a book. If you haven't painted in a while, pick up that paint set. If you haven't, I'm just like, for myself, I'll call myself out. If you haven't dove into your own manuscript that you're writing, dive back in. This is the time to shake things up and try something new, or pick up something that you've put on the back burner that you keep saying, I need to get back to that, I need to get back to that. Pick it up and just start doing this month. That's going to be your best path to follow. And many of you are going to be able to avoid some big Eight of Swords kind of feeling really stuck in things if you just start stepping out of the comfort zone. Because you feeling stuck, to me, the Eight of Swords is just all in our heads. It's an illusion. And pairing that up with the moon, illusion. We are not stuck. We just feel stuck because we're doing the same thing, doing the same thing, doing the same thing. But when you kind of, as your best path to follow, step out of that comfort zone, step more into that North Node energy or that Rahu energy and start saying, you know what? I'm going to do what I need to do this month. So for some of you, find where Rahu or your North Node falls in your chart. For myself, that falls in the 9th house. So me really discovering my belief systems and the house of publishing, which, you got to finish writing to be able to publish. So to me, that's what I need to do. But also I have got Moon and North Node both in the 9th house. So even though this was not the pile I selected, it's almost like this pile is calling me out personally. But yes, I keep getting this Eight of Swords in my own readings because I need to just step out of my comfort zone, and I'm just so comfy there. So I'm calling myself out just as much as I'm calling any of you out. So I'm right there with you. Maybe I need to take note of some of what's going on here because this is really resonating with me as well. Okay, but travel, if you can travel, wow, that would be so beneficial to you, refilling that well and feeling like you just have a new lease on life kind of vibe. So for your wish coming true this month, you have the Ten of Swords and you're thinking, oh no, I'm going to be very overwhelmed and just over everything. No, in this position, this Ten of Swords is great. This means that feeling of overwhelm, all that mental stagnancy or mental spiraling that we're all doing. Yes, me too. We all are doing it that have selected this pile. What I see is that as the wish coming true, you're going to put a halt to that. You're going to realize that these swords, you guys remember back in the day, I know as a kid my brother always would buy these when we'd go to the carnival or the dollar store or something. There were those knives that you would stab someone and the knife, the blade of the knife would just go into the handle. So it looked like it was stabbing someone, but it really just pushed it back, like with a spring back into the handle. To me, this wish coming true, you're going to realize all these swords were those kind of swords. They're not really sticking into you anymore, or never were. You can just, pull them out because they're not even stuck in you. They're just those little retractable blade kind of knives. And you're like, you know what? I'm just going to stand up and start doing the thing. Keep putting in that work and do something new that's really going to help you come out of this. But your wish coming true is all of that mental chatter, all of that mental, you're not good enough, and ego stuff, you're really putting that away. You're like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. You're ready to keep putting in that work on your own mental health, your own spiritual health, physical health, all the health. You're really putting it together and really figuring out something new for yourself. So as your outcome, you guys have the Hierophant card. And I always, when we pull this card, this is normally that traditional way of doing things. And I think that's going to be a good way for you guys to get out of some of this mental stagnancy or mental prisons that you guys feel like you are in this month, is to just start doing things traditionally or by the book. If you are wanting to get rid of a bad habit, replacing that bad habit with a good habit is going to really help you. So they say, people who are looking to quit smoking, you can't just quit smoking. I mean, there are those rock stars out there that can just quit smoking cold turkey and everything's fine. But for most people, they need to replace that kind of oral fixation to have a cigarette in their mouth with something else. So some other people will buy lollipops or chew gum or something like that. So it's like you're replacing a bad habit with a good habit. But right here at the bottom here, we've got keys. The keys to really her getting out of any kind of mental box she's put herself in are right at her feet. She's just got to bend down, pick them up, and try something new. Try something new, you guys. But there are people kind of bowed down at her feet, like almost like worshiping her, like, yes, you're our queen. So people might really be recognizing you or really putting you up on a pedestal this month. And that might feel weird for some of you because you guys aren't used to that energy, or to you it just feels weird or wrong in some way. So it's almost like you're wanting to pull these people up like with you. Like, no, we're all like on the same level. So like, don't put me on a pedestal. If you only knew my life, you would not be putting me on this pedestal. So you guys really are wanting to just really find that even ground with people around you. Although there will be people in your life that want to worship you in some way, or like, you're my queen. But for someone watching this, one person in particular, you're going to find out a secret admirer that you've had. They're going to come forward and confess their love to you. And I think you're not going to be mad at it. You're going to be like, wow, okay, I can do this. I think I can get on board with this. Awesome. Okay, so that is the tarot section of your reading. Let's get into the oracle cards. All right, let's start right here in the middle with your awesome chakra love message, crown chakra, clear quartz. And that is the beautiful depiction here on the back. I just love the paintings on these chakra love messages. So carrying clear quartz, having clear quartz on you or near you is really going to help you overcome some things this month. So peace. In the stillness, the answers will be revealed. So you guys really are getting that peace, because to me this is the opposite of peace, but your wish coming true is the peace, the mental peace of all this chatter, all this worry and all that. It's going to be okay. You guys are going to be tapping into this sense of peace, but meditation might be something you guys can do that'll really help still that mind, still all of that mental chatter and that ego, monkey mind and all of that. But it says here, in stillness, the answer will be revealed. So many of you are getting that insight, that answer to your dreams. And those are what those keys are representing to unlock the future. That missing piece or missing link that you needed to bridge the gap from one part of your life to another, you're finding that this month, which is really beautiful. So then with the Two of Thread, twine, it says here agreement, symbiosis, and compromise. So many of you, especially those of you who are getting out of the Eight of Swords energy in a relationship or in a job, you really are compromising or just coming to some sort of new agreement that, okay, either we'll just agree to disagree, or I will do this if you do that. There's this sense of balance, very temperance vibes as well, and justice vibes, both in the tarot I'm picking up. So I'm actually really shocked that neither of those cards came out, because that is going to be also part of your ticket to getting out of that mental stagnancy, is just coming from that place of temperance, and even the justice card as well. So some of you may even be seeking out justice for something this month, or getting that sense of justice where maybe justice was not being held before. So then we have the Miracle of Prayer with Archangel Sandalphon. Thank you, Sandalphon, for delivering my prayers to heaven. In stillness, the answer will be revealed. So this to me feels like answered prayers. Your prayers will be answered in the stillness. So doing prayers, doing affirmations, meditations, visualizations, these things are all going to pay off for you this month, especially when you amplify it with this moon energy, because this moon can be amazing, or this moon can be very illusory, with the illusions and the hidden stuff. But you can really take this moon to a whole other level if you are doing those affirmations, visualizations, really connecting to your guides, angels, higher self, and really going from more of that kind of route rather than your ego route. You're really going to do really well. Oh, this is interesting. I'm just noticing now we've got clear quartz here, clear quartz there. Clear quartz is really going to serve you guys this month as kind of like a power crystal for you guys for the month of March 2021. But it says here, let yourself feel all your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. Yes, especially pairing that up with the Ten of Swords. When we try to bypass our emotions or push them down or not to feel them, that's when they become disease in our body or mental illness and all of this. This clear quartz is really calling us out, all of us here, to just feel the emotions as they arise. Of course, get yourself to a safe space to be able to be vulnerable and do so. If you're at work and you get really frustrated, it's probably not the best place to break down. So wait until you can get somewhere safe where you can feel vulnerable and just let it all out. Get to that safe place and then let it all out. Don't try to force these things down or away or bypass them, because they're just going to get worse. And as your wish coming true, it feels to me like you guys are really going to be able to feel your emotions you got to feel them, to heal them, to deal with them. That's what I always say here. So you guys really are letting yourself feel them, allow yourself to heal them and deal with them, and then they will be released from your life. That's really what I see. So then we have over here, allow yourself to receive. Open your arms to the welcome blessings and answered prayers. There's that answered prayer again. 3 cards about answered prayers. So those of you who have been praying about something working out in your life, being able to travel, being able to buy a home, buy a car, something that's really been worrying you, financial status, stuff like that, you're going to have the answer to that prayer come to you in this month of March. Beautiful. But it says here, open your arms to welcome the blessings and answered prayers that God is sending to you. That's beautiful. But for some of you, this answered prayer, this blessing coming your way could be a new career. We've got the new career card here. Your work focus is shifting in a new, positive, successful direction. So those of you that are really stuck and stagnant at work, worrying about work, maybe this world card is you getting a new job because you're very supported this month of March to be able to get that. Maybe even coming into April and May, because this is kind of the conditions. You're releasing yourself from what wasn't serving you, say an old job, at the end of March going into April. So that might be the time frame for some of you for this new career. Although it can happen at any point during March. Or if you're not looking to change careers, things are great in that front. This is just saying there's just positive and new successful shifts going on at the current work that you're at. Something that's going to feel more fulfilling, more exciting, more fun. All right, you guys, so I think that's all I'm seeing for you, but you will have to let me know below what you thought about your month ahead. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you right here back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 3, or those of you who chose Kurt Cobain, this is going to be your message or your reading for the month of March 2021. And as always with my monthly pick a card readings, we're going to go ahead and start with your tarot cards, if I can separate them out, and get additional guidance from your oracle cards. All right, group number 3, this is going to be your reading for the month of March 2021. And we're going to start right here with your overall energy for the month, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. So your guys' wheel is about to turn in a more positive way. This feels really supportive and exciting, something you've been looking forward to happening for quite a while, something you've really worked hard to build, because as your past energy coming in from February, January, maybe even as far back as December, you guys have really put the work into something that you're building a really stable foundation to. This looks like a job for many of you, or even a relationship, but mostly job, but take it as it resonates in your life, where you've really put in the hours to get to know somebody, or hours and hours spent on something going on at work or a project, something you're really passionate about as well. Because he looks very content. He's like, yeah, I'm putting in all this hard work. I know it's going to pay off. Maybe it's not coming at the rate that I want right now, but boy, coming into the present month of March as your present conditions here, we've got the 6 of Swords. You're moving away from what's not serving you into the future, into something that's better suited. And it's not to say you're walking away from the relationship or the job, but maybe just dynamics that, all that hard work you put in, maybe you kind of came up against that brick wall that's right behind him here. Came against that brick wall, and you're like, well, instead of keep butting my head against this brick wall, I'm going to take a detour and go around. Or maybe I'm just going to slightly take a different turn with what I'm doing, try to do it something different, because when something's meant for us, there's not going to be a brick wall there. There's going to be an open door, and then an open door, and then an open door. And it's not to say this thing isn't meant for you, not at all. It's just maybe the way you're going about it, or the way you're trying to do it, or maybe the timing is just slightly off, where there's still some stuff being woven behind the scenes with spirit that are gonna take off very shortly for you. And it is taking off this month, because in that new direction you're taking, you're gonna find something really beautiful on that next shore. Because the 6 of Swords to me is that internet card. This is the ultimate internet card for me in the tarot. So stuff is pretty fast moving for you guys with what's going on in your career or this relationship this month, especially if you're doing something online, communicating online with this partner, or communicating online for work, or you're answering emails, or you work online, say doing what I'm doing here on YouTube or something. But as a result of what you've done in the past, things are really taking a new, beautiful direction. Remember that Wheel of Fortune. Fortune is finally on your side. All that hard work that maybe just felt like you were just digging yourself a rut, even though you're working hard, like the benefits of what you've been working on weren't really adding up for the amount of work you've been putting in. But that's about to change. That's about to change, because in your future conditions, so this is the end of March going into April, May, maybe even as far out as June, you are reaping the benefits of what you have put in. And there may be even some really generous benefactor coming in, or some really high-paying client, or someone who's really supportive of this relationship, something like that, where you're really seeing, wow, I can't believe that fortune is finally shining on me. These people are on their knees, like so thankful, so grateful that this person has come in. And again, if you work online, this person could be some sort of algorithm that is really putting your content out there for more people to see. And people are bowed down, like ready to receive whatever it is content-wise that you're putting out there, or the services that you're offering. If you have some sort of online store or business, people are like lining up and bowing down to receive what it is you are offering. And also, you, as a result of feeling like you're finally being rewarded by the algorithm gods, also as a result, you're going to feel more generous to other people, wanting to give more of your services away. Maybe you're doing a giveaway. Maybe you just feel really generous and want to help someone out. Or, you're in a store and you see something that your mother would love or your friend would love, so you just buy it just because. There's no real reason other than you saw it and reminded you of them and you knew they would love it, so you bought it and just wanted to give it to them just for fun. So that's the vibe that we have going on. You're just excited to be moving in a new direction. And I know a lot of times when this card comes out, this feels very like defeatist energy, but I'm not getting that vibe at all. There may have been some defeatist energy kind of back in November, December is really what I'm picking up on. But then January, February, you're kind of like, well, yeah, this kind of sucks or whatever, but I'm still going to keep working on it because I just know this will pay off. I know it. And guess what? You were right. It's paying off. You're going to start seeing that climb of, customers or subscribers or just people that are really willing to work with you, however that resonates in your own life. So the best path for you to follow this month, you have the Fool energy coming in hot. So not thinking you know everything, not just coming from this place of superiority with other people, which I don't feel you guys are that way anyway, but you're just taking leaps of faith, like, oh, this looks like a good idea, let me try something with this. This to me though is almost that Fool energy is like you're not so attached to the outcome anymore. Maybe you really were attached to those outcomes these past few months, and maybe even as far back as November, really attached, or you kind of put your self-worth in what was going on in your life, like, oh, if this wasn't working out, I must not be good enough. Those kind of vibes that we get into with kind of that Nine of Swords energy, just overthinking and just overanalyzing and just, not just taking that leap of faith from that detached standpoint. Especially when this is something that's really a dream of yours, or something that's just been on your heart and you want it so badly that of course you have to attach to the outcome because you want it so badly, you know what I mean? But this month, your best path to follow is just to detach from how much you desire something. Of course, if you're doing those affirmations, those visualizations, picture yourself having what it is you want, feeling the emotions involved, and then releasing it to the universe, releasing it out there to the universe for it to transpire for you, but without sitting there checking that mailbox every day, like, is the check here, is the check here, is the check here, that frantic energy, like, is my work paying off yet? Or perfect example for anyone who's a YouTuber, checking your subscription count or your view count religiously. This is just saying, no, stop that. Just have faith that things are working out. The people that need to see your content or your business, or the people that need to be involved in your relationship, they're gonna be there. Like wild horses couldn't drag them away. So just take a deep breath with me now, right now, everybody. Let it out. The universe has your back. Let's just put it out there. all that hard work you're putting into something, even if that one specific something doesn't work out, that's going to have like a counter effect somewhere else in your life where you're going to see benefits. So don't worry about things. Your best path to follow is to just lighthearted, totally detached kind of mindset about what's going on. And she does have like an iPod here, or maybe her phone, listening to some music. So maybe music is going to play a really big role in helping you to move through some of this attachment to your outcome. Listening to music will help you release the attachment to the outcome, release that outcome to the universe, letting the universe know, or the universe will let you know, hey, everything's fine, and you let the universe know, okay, I know you got my back, so I'm not going to sit here and worry about it. That's how I feel. Especially as your wish coming true, you guys. That 9 of Swords, that worry, that anxiety, that nightmare energy, you're overcoming it because this is your wish coming true. You are reversing that. You're flipping it upside down. You're reversing that because this is your wish coming true. You are not going to have to be so stuck in that mental energy of why, that maybe you were stuck in last year in the end of 2020 where you're just wishing that things would take off or that you'd start seeing some of the fruits of your labor. You know, you guys, if this isn't resonating, this is a very specific, like, those of you who selected this pile, this is either really going to resonate or really not going to resonate, I think. So if this doesn't resonate for you at all, maybe one of the other 2 piles is more meant for you. But those of you who this is resonating with, I feel like it's really going to resonate. But just releasing that need for everything to be lined up perfectly and that you know the outcome and the attachment to everything. Your wish coming true is at some point during this month, you're releasing that. You're releasing that like iron grip that you have on the outcome and wanting something to work out for your benefit. You're releasing that. And when we release, look what we get. When we release, we have our hands open to receive. But when we've got that death grip on something, right, our hands are locked tight. There is no way that even if Spirit wanted to, they couldn't put some abundance in those hands if they tried. So you got to release your iron grip on things and just allow the energy to flow. Allow it. Don't allow it to become stuck and really just pushed against that brick wall there. Don't allow that. Release it and allow that abundance to just shower into your hands. It feels good. Especially because as a result of all of this that you've overcome this month and what you're really seeing the rewards of, you've got a 3 of Wands card here. And this is also, I would consider this kind of a travel card, maybe even planning to go on some sort of trip or vacation, even if it's a day trip or somewhere around your town, just getting out of the same old. We kind of have this vibe a little bit or a lot bit with group 2. But you guys are just planning ahead for something. Maybe you're even planning a vacation like a couple months out, 6 months out, that you're really starting to look forward to. But again, anytime I see these ships out here, it's like these ships are not quite here yet, but they're coming in. They're coming in. And someone actually called me out in one of my recent comments, like, I'm so sick of hearing people talk about ships come in. Ships never come in for me. And it's like, yeah, maybe that's true for you, but that's not true for everybody, because everybody's got their own kind of mental, and belief systems about what's meant for them, what's not. And a lot of times when we're like, well, nothing good ever happens to me, well, we put up a brick wall in our lives. Like, yeah, of course Spirit can't knock through that brick wall because they can't invade our free will of being able to put these walls around us, these swords around us. So if you feel like your ship never comes in, guess what? You're going to keep getting that kind of vibe. So switch it up, kind of change that mental script that we all have in our heads about, I'm not good enough, this isn't good enough. Switch it around and you'll be able to make plans for the future and really start seeing some of the fruits of that labor paying off, because you've got the 2 of Wands here, planner energy, and then she's holding that Ace of Wands. She's got major command over that inspiration, that drive, that motivation, that focus to keep going. And then she's supported by the plans that she's making. So she's taking action with that Ace of Swords, and she's also making plans with the 2 of Swords to combine it all together to watch some of these ships start coming in. And she's not just resting on her laurels like, okay, I did it, now I can just retire and everything's beautiful. Unless you are at that retirement age, then yes, that message can be for you that you are ready to retire, things are fine, and things are going to keep looking up. But again, if you are just at the beginning of something new or really starting to see these fruits of your labor pay off, you're not going to want to stop. You're going to want to keep going. So that's what that message is right there. So let's go ahead and get into the rest of your reading. I think I've spent the longest on your reading, but you guys really needed this little bit of a reassurance that things are really finally starting to happen. So yay! And you guys actually did get 2 of these chakra love messages, but let's go ahead and get them laid out and I will get into that for you. Alright, so let's get into the chakra love messages. Your very first message here is Amber for the solar plexus chakra. So you guys are working on that confidence. Fearlessness, turn your worrier into a warrior. And it's funny because, you've got that 9 of Swords. Your wish coming true is you are turning that worrier into a warrior. Absolutely you are this month. So doing some sort of solar plexus chakra meditations or carrying amber, the crystal amber. I mean, it's technically not a crystal. It's like fossilized resin, I do believe. But it still will really help you. Then you have self-love. Look at that beautiful rose quartz there with the heart chakra, rose quartz, self-love. You can only love others as much as you love yourself. So wow, you guys really are tapping into that self-worth. That wish coming true is maybe you're not worrying so much, you aren't beating yourself up so much, but you're turning that around, remember? You are starting to feel more confident, you are loving yourself more and realizing, wow, I really did put in that hard work and I deserve this. I absolutely deserve what I have put in to come back to me. I deserve that because look, you've got the deserving card. You, like all of God's children, deserve happiness, health, and love. And I will even say wealth, abundance. We'll put that on there too. Let's just scribble that right on there. Wealth and abundance as well, because I think many of you are worried about money coming in or not coming in, or how can I build this stable future for myself if all this hard work I'm putting in isn't paying off? Well, it's starting to pay off. Remember that. You are deserving. But again, it's not all about forcing our way through, trying to hit that brick wall and go, 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 do, do, do. Remember, because this 3 of Wands to me was the balance of that inspiration, that more masculine energy of I'm going to charge in and accomplish, paired with that more feminine energy of the 2 of Wands, which is planning, introspection, really figuring out what to do next, kind of that more internal. So it's like the extroverted and the introverted, the divine feminine, the divine masculine. But with that ametrine, balancing masculine and feminine energies, that's going to be your key ticket to really see these fruits of your labor pay off for you. So allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you and your masculine side to give you confidence, fearlessness, gain of confidence. You're really getting it together. It's beautiful. I love that. So then we have the stars, luck, hope, and wishes. And you pair that up with that Fool energy. This just feels like things are just drawing to you effortlessly. But again, remember, you already know how much hard work you've put in, so this doesn't feel very effortless to you. But remember, when you can let go of that iron grip and just put your hands out to receive, maybe at that point it'll start feeling like, wow, why didn't I do this sooner? This is so much more effortless than it was before. But remember, a lot of times this is that star energy of the tarot as well. So what comes right before the star is that Tower. So sometimes we got to learn a big lesson or have some really big shakeup in our life before we really get the lesson, really get the wish coming true and all of that. But you guys really are putting that Tower moment, that 9 of Swords behind you as your wish coming true and really stepping into your confidence and your ability to really do things for yourself. Then here we have the trustworthy friends. Thank you, angels, for surrounding me with people I can trust and love. So this could be that partner we were kind of talking about, or you wanting to really put yourself out there in love earlier. Although this kind of felt more career or project driven, or just kind of self-worth driven most of the reading. But I think what's really going to help some of you through some of this is the support of a really like-minded friend or a couple of friends that are just really, they have your back and they are willing to hear what you have to say and they are cheerleading you on. And maybe some of these friends are the ones helping you out or just reminding you how amazing you are and how far you've come. Because a lot of times when we're the ones doing the thing and we're in it, we don't really take a lot of time to look back on how far we've come. We're just like, well, I'm not much farther than I was yesterday, or maybe I'm even farther back than I was yesterday. But sometimes it takes that special friend or family member to say, hey, remember when you only had this much and this happened and then that happened and now look where you're at. And you're like, oh wow, you're right. So you might have someone in your life that's just being a really big cheerleader for you. And I think you guys really do love to have someone that you feel like they have your back, and you deserve to have someone like that in your life. Then we have the Ask for What You Want card. Let the universe and other people know what you need. Remember, You're letting them know what you need, but then you're not sitting there holding on to it like, is it gonna come? Is it gonna come? Is it gonna come? No, you're releasing it. Just like this little boy here is gonna blow that dandelion puff out. He's making the wish, he's asking for what he wants, and he's blowing it out, letting the future take it, letting the wind take it, and the future will be known at a later date, but he has faith that things are going to work out. This fool isn't worried about jumping and falling off this cliff. This fool has listened to some dang good tunes, and they are just excited for the present moment. So maybe some of you are getting present in the moment, because that's where our power lies, asking for what we want, visualizing the future, and then releasing it to the universe for it to come back to us. So that's really beautiful. You guys are getting through it. All that hard work you've put in, it's paying off this month. It's paying off all the way into June and then some. At least as far as we can see is June here. So you're doing it. The thing you're doing, keep doing, because you're going to see some benefits and it's going to be amazing. All right, you guys, I hope that resonated for you. You will have to let me know below what you thought. I always love to hear your stories and what you have to say. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you right here back at the Done Creative. All right, bye.